Hello Satnam, it's me Shakti Sundari back with you today for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. It's raining and I'm in the park sitting under a little tree, and I'm sitting on the special bench where I first came and sat with my former beloved in October last year. And the park is quiet and empty today because it's rainy, and I'm kind of glad that it's quiet and empty, although there are some people here, which is surprising. I thought I might be the only person out walking in the rain. And kind of feel like I've been building up to this a little bit today, because it's quite a big one. The verse, I mean. For me, it's a big one. It's it's probably the biggest one, although I probably say that about all of them, but this is a really big one for me. So yeah, there's been this sense of building up to something big in my being all day, and at the same time I'm also recovering from, or I was recovering earlier today from dancing last night, dancing for 3 hours. And also I went to this amazing workshop yesterday with Sally Kempton, who is an authority, an expert, a teacher on ancient Vedic and Tantric texts. And she was leading a workshop which is about exactly this, about the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. And it was very beautiful to receive her transmission and her wisdom yesterday, and it's only deepened my connection and commitment to these meditation practices and to this text, and to wanting to go deeper and deeper with it. So that's really, yeah, it's beautiful. So the reason I've been building up to today's reading is it's probably going to make me cry again. This verse, Yukti verse 99 today, is, well, you'll see in a minute, you'll hear in a minute, but it's the verse that my former beloved wrote in the front of this book that he gifted me at Christmas, and that I also gifted him. It was a very beautiful moment. We had both bought one another the Radiance Sutras as a Christmas gift without knowing, and it was the first gift that we both opened. And it was just so beautiful, and it made everything seem so perfect and destined, which is what I truly believed at the time, that we were destined to be together, and that just kind of confirmed it, as did so many other things. And this verse from the sutras is what he wrote in the front of the book as he gifted it to me. So, alright, I need to put my glasses on. So, Yukti verse 99 from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vistu antare vedya mane sarva vastashu shunyata tam eva manasa dyatva vidita api prashamyati. And again. Vistu antare vedya mane Sarva vastushu shunyata tam eva manasa dhyatva vidita api prashamyati. And here's the translation by Lauren Roche. Love is particular. When you love someone, a tangible, touchable someone, the whole world opens up. If you want to know the universe, dare to love one person. All the secret teachings are right here. Go deeper and deeper still. The gift of concentration is the spaciousness that surrounds it. Focus illuminates immensity. Hi guys. Hi. So this Yukti verse, today's verse, is about the meditative quality of concentration, one-pointed focus. That's one aspect of all meditation practice, is to be able to focus so fully and completely on one thing that, paradoxically, we then actually emerge eventually into a space and an experience of limitlessness. And this meditation, this verse, is asking us to experience that in devoting and focusing our love completely upon one person. A tangible, touchable someone. And as the verse says, when you love someone, a tangible, touchable someone, the whole world opens up. There's so much I could say about this on so many different levels. I mean, on one level, if we give our full attention to one thing, or just a thing or a person, but just that meditative practice of one-pointed focus, as I say, eventually we experience becoming one with everything. So complete focus on one thing leads to the expansion into the everything. If we then take this and apply it to a love relationship, to an intimate relationship with one other, the whole world opens up in the sense, well, there are so many senses, but in the sense that, of course, we are an embodiment of all of life. We are, each of us, an embodiment of the divine and an embodiment of the infinite divine. And so there's never a limit to the depth that we can discover in loving one another. There's never a limit. If we're in a relationship and we're getting bored, something's wrong, because we're not actually truly opening in truth and intimacy with that other. Because what is to be discovered in one is limitless, is absolutely limitless and fathomless and ever-changing, if we're able to allow it and open ourselves to be seen fully and completely. Because of course we are all a microcosm of the universe, right? And the universe is limitless. And at the same time, when we're in committed relationship with somebody, we have the opportunity to experience everything in ourselves that is not love, that is a barrier to love, that is unresolved. Because in intimate relationship, this is what happens, is that the other becomes a mirror for us to see ourselves. And so also in that there is a limitless potential for diving deeper and deeper and deeper through the layers of personality, of ego, of wounding, of fears, and getting beneath that to what we are at our core essence, which is limitless divine perfection. And also, there's one more thing I want to say about this, which is when we are in that experience of full, complete, unfettered divine love that is focused on one, as I have experienced, as I have also experienced with my former beloved and in other instances in my life, it truly does feel as if the world has opened up in terms of one can do anything, nothing is impossible, opportunities just arise effortlessly, everything just happens so easily and in flow. And this is another aspect to the state of being when we are fully in love, a pure love, a divine love. And I've also experienced that. But what I also want to say about that is that it doesn't take another person for us to open up to that state. We can open up to that state with ourselves, with the divine as well. So it's not that we need another to awaken that in us. And in a sense, I guess I might talk about this a little bit more in a minute, but my understanding of twin flame love and twin flame energies is that is very much about coming into such a deep inner union with one's divine masculine counterpart, whether they are embodied in the flesh or not, that one is just constantly in that state of pure divine love and alchemy that arises out of that union of masculine and feminine energies within. If you want to know the universe, dare to love one person. Dare to love one person. Why? Because it takes courage. It takes courage to love and to be loved. It takes courage to open your heart. It takes courage to be vulnerable. To open to love truly requires us to become utterly surrendered and vulnerable. It brings up all our fears of being wounded again, of rejection, of abandonment, of betrayal. At some point, sooner or later, when we open to love, all of those woundings and fears will arise. Our shadows will arise without a doubt. So daring to love one person takes courage. It takes courage to step into that field of transformation. To be seen, to see, to be intimate takes courage. And also there is this arising out of that, I suppose, this quite human tendency to always be looking around for something else, something that might taste better or look better on the surface. That's just leaving the door open. It's not being in totally. It's keeping the door open halfway or having a foot in the door. But you see, if we're doing that, one can never taste the fruits of a committed union. One never can. There are two amazing books that I'd love to refer you to around this, and one is Embracing the Beloved by Steve and Andrea Levine, and there's another one called Transformation Through Intimacy by Robert Augustus Masters. And these two books really, for me, epitomize my own beliefs, values, aspirations in regard to sacred partnership. and underscore for me the vital importance of utter and total commitment to create the safe container for true love, depth of relating, and spiritual awakening, which is for me the point of relationship. So if you want to know the universe, dare to love one person. It's a challenge, I know, but that is what takes us into the depths of our being and into the greatest possibilities for awakening. All the secret teachings are right here. So again, this underscores a personal belief of mine, and I don't want to go on about my personal beliefs too much because I don't want to preach, but relationship, especially conscious, well, actually only conscious relationship, is a fast track to awakening. As far as I'm concerned, we can do all this work on our own. You know, it's easy to be enlightened if you're sitting in a cave, if you're meditating somewhere, if you're happily going about your life and everything is ordered and under control and harmonious. When we go into a relationship consciously, stuff will be stirred up within us. And that can be the fastest way to enlightenment. And many spiritual teachers say this. All the secret teachings are right here. I mean, ultimately, we're here to become realized. We're here to awaken. We're here to become beings living in truth and love and light. And being in relationship with another will very swiftly show us where we are not that. So it gives us all the gifts of deeper awakenings, of deeper truths, of the potential for opening to more love. Go deeper and deeper still, this verse invites us. The gift of concentration is the spaciousness that surrounds it. So that is the gift, and that is the potential, that as we hold our focus, as we hold our commitment, as we hold that one-pointed focus of devoted love to another, that eventually, after we perhaps go through the eye of the storm, or many storms, life and love open up into a beautiful blossoming. But that spaciousness, that sacred circle of spaciousness and safety of the container is needed for that to occur. Speaking personally, as someone who's pretty sensitive to energies and subtle energies, the minute that container is broken, I feel it, I sense it. And so it cannot work, because that destabilizes the energy in the union. Focus illuminates immensity. So let me just read that again, the final line from this. Focus illuminates immensity. Immensity. Vastness. So this Yukti verse speaks to my lifelong prayer, really, which is to experience this ongoingly within my own being and ultimately with another. This degree of one-pointed focus in loving commitment and the awakening to vast, untold secrets and wonders of the universe as a result. My quest has always been to unite with the divine and the beloved as one. What this most recent deep encounter with love has shown me and taught me is that this is possible, and even the bits that are extremely painful are part of life and part of the mystery and part of a greater heart opening and part of my awakening to greater truth. And the love of the divine is always there. And that is always the first and primary relationship. And I still long to experience that with another flesh and blood human being in this 3D reality in this lifetime. And again, it's like there are so many paradoxes. Having experienced this and experienced other great loves, I also know that in some ways, through that experience of love, deep love and commitment and heartbreak, in some ways I can see it's not really about the person. It's much more about the loving state and the loving condition and the loving awareness that is ever present. I'm a little bit surprised because I didn't end up crying. Thank you for being with me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this verse, and join me again tomorrow for the next reading from the Radiance Sutras. Sat Nam and much love.